Welcome back, my angels. Before we start, let's take a deep breath in and sigh. Sit back, relax, get yourself a drink. Whether it's your matcha, your chai latte, your hot chocolate, your coffee, your tea. I have my ginger with honey and a little dry rose. So good for you. Stay hydrated, my angels. And let's melt into this beautiful love we are going to create together. I was actually watching a movie the other day, and it's a movie that I've watched many times in my life. It's called The Prince of Egypt, and it's based off Moses, the messenger, the prophet in Christianity, Judaism, Islam. And there was a part, where everybody reaches their promised land. And it made me think about how we can also create our promised land right now. Now, I want you to ask yourself, what kind of world I want to live in? What kind of world do you want to live in? Because you create your world. You literally create your world because everything is just a reflection. If you look at the lake, you are standing there and the lake is reflecting you. Now I want you to take the same idea and apply it to your whole life. Everything you see, everything you experience is only a reflection of who you are. But the good news is we can always change it. We are so powerful. We have so much potential that we can tap into any possibility that we want. What is the world that would bring you so much happiness? Is it a world of kind people everywhere? Is it a world full of loving people, full of laughter, full of celebration, full of acceptance, full of beauty, full of peace, unity, oneness, harmony? Imagine living in a world like that. It would be beautiful, right? And you, my dear, has the power to create this. We are the extension of God. We have got infinite potentials, infinite imagination. We create by what we embody. Whatever you're carrying is the world you're going to create outside. So imagine embodying all those qualities and then seeing the world play out. That is what it means when I say you can create your heaven on earth. And it's so much easier than you think. Honestly, sometimes when I observe the world, and I actually really detach from news in general, but when I do find out about what's going on, it's usually through friends. And honestly, the world that we've created so far It's all because of our collective attention. What are we focusing on? That is the world we're going to see. It's just simple as that. Now, I have a few stories when this became so obvious and so clear. When I was in my primary school, secondary school, I used to have so much fun. So much fun. And I was just always laughing. I was making jokes. My friends were always laughing. And because I was living in this joy and play, I was embodying this celebration, laughter, joy, acceptance. What happened is that all the teachers, they would just love me so much. They would praise me so much. And I truly never felt like I had to work hard to get the grades that I wanted. Everything just became so easy because I was just embodying this play, this joy, laughter, and it just amplified it more and more and more and more and more. And then when I moved countries, everything shifted for me. I was so in my darkness. I was so distrusting the world. I didn't like anybody around me. And I was seeing that reflected out immediately too. People around me had the same mindset where they weren't trusting other people. They had to hide their true self. They almost had this worry, this anxiety, the same way I had. But it was all coming because of what I was embodying. So I created my own hell. Also saw this play out very clearly when I was working. And as a girl, I had to be in my masculine energy all the time. I felt like, I had to be hardworking and logical and practical and realistic. And all the women around me were heavily in their masculine energy too. But it all started from me. There was also a phase where I was not able to trust the men I was dating. So I was having bad dating experiences. And all the girls around me were also having bad dating experiences. But it all started from me. I think a very clear idea of what your inner world is actually what your outer world actually looks like and feels like. When I started to become more aware of this, I was practicing more joy, more laughter, more peace. I knew that when I embody those feelings, life just becomes happier for me. But now I'm seeing no, the things that I embody is the kind of world I actually create around me. There was this one time when I started practicing yoga. Seriously, I was doing it almost like a ritual, and it became like a habit. And because I was embodying being somebody who does yoga, who practices yoga, then all of a sudden there was this class that started happening near where I live. It was like a 5-minute walk away, and there were free yoga classes every morning. And when I went, I was seeing more people that were like me because I was embodying this inner peace, joy, radiance, purpose, love. And then I was surrounded by all these people that were exactly like me. But because I had to begin that first, then it just reflected out. To me, that was like my paradise. And I had to really step back and tell myself, did I create this? Did I create this? Because I love this. And I want more of this. And you can create that too. You can create any beautiful world that you want to live in. You have the power and capability to create your own heaven on earth. Isn't that wonderful? This is how powerful we are. So now, why don't you write a list of things that you want to be experiencing in your heaven on earth? And all the things that you want to feel, want to see in the world, be very specific. Maybe it is people that enjoy their work, people who are happy, they are celebrating each other, they're kind, they're giving, they're generous, they're loving, they're honest, they're authentic. Now, when you see this list, I want you to ask yourself now, how can I be more of this? Because it all begins with you. Everything just begins with you. Everything begins with you. So I want you to start practicing all those things. The one thing I want you to really, really remember and lock it in is that the more you love yourself, the more you accept yourself, the more you are kind to yourself, the more you are generous to yourself, the more you celebrate yourself, that is the world you're going to push out. It is as simple as that. So yes, if there's any part of you that thinks loving yourself is selfish, focusing on your joy is selfish, honey, you are doing this for the greater good. This is for the greater good, for the entire world, the entire collective. What you do to yourself, you're doing it for the whole world around you. And where do you actually want to live? Do you want to live in hell or do you want to live in heaven? I definitely want to live in heaven, honey. So I take my peace very seriously, you know. I take my joy very seriously. I take my play, I take my peace, I take my love very seriously, okay? And I want you to take it as seriously as me. It's not about you. It's about the world that you create. And don't we all want to live in a beautiful world? Let's create one together. I hope that this message clicks something within you. Because honestly, the bottom line of everything I create on this channel is for you to give yourself permission to love yourself more deeply than you've ever done before. Ever, ever, ever. And remember, this is not just for you. This is going to create the whole world that you live in. This is how powerful you are. So, take your love seriously. Take your joy seriously. Take your play seriously. Take the kindness that you give to yourself seriously. Take the love that you give to yourself seriously. Until next time, breathe slowly and lovingly. And I will see you soon. Ding! Look at this. Have you ever seen roses this big? I've not. And it's pretty. She's so pretty. So pretty. Pretty.